Okay, so in this assignment we are going to create a spinner and I am going to add and remove the items of the spinner dynamically with the help of some sort of code. So let us see how to do that. So here I have created an empty project which consists of an empty activity. So let us design our activity first. So in this activity I'll be taking few things, like I'll be taking a text, edit text. So here comes my edit text. Let me set the constraints of this. Once setting the constraints, I will just set the other attributes of it. For example, I will just tell here enter item to add or remove. This is this thing. I'll take one text view as well, just to tell that what this app is about. So let us give it some attributes. So here it is. So I'll take add, remove, spinner, item, demo. That's it. You can change the font size of your this text views and whatever the text that you display onto it. So I'll just change the font size and make it somewhat bigger so that it looks good. Here it comes. That's it. Done. I'll be taking two buttons also over here. The one button is to add an item to my spinner and the other button will be for removing an item from my spinner. Okay, so let me just set the constraints for this as well. And the text property, I can just use this add item, and similarly we'll tell this as remove item. Done. Now this is what I have added over here. Okay, why it is not coming? Okay, so I'll be needing one spinner as well. So I'll just take a spinner from here. So spinner comes under container section, I think so. Yes, it's here. I'll just drag one spinner over here and I'll just set the constraints of this spinner. That's it. Done. So this is how my activity looks. Now let us do the coding part of this activity. It's quite simple. So we'll go to our main activity.java file, and here as I'm using spinner, so I need to create some sort of array, and accordingly I'll be set that array to the spinner with the help of array adapter. So let us do all that part of coding over here. So it's quite simple. So what I'll be doing is first of all I'll be creating the objects of buttons. So I'll take button 1 and button 2. Similarly I'll be taking edit text. So edit text, suppose T1. Let's just take it this way. Then as I'm having my spinner into it, so I'll be taking a spinner object as well. That's it. So let's go to our onCreate method and register all of these controls. So b1 is equal to button find view by id r.id.button. This is my first button, and the other one is the button for removing an item. So r.id.button 2. That's it. Let us also register our edit text. So edit text, find view by id r.id.edit text. Similarly I'll be registering my spinner as well. So spinner, find view by id r.id.spinner. That's it. Once you have done doing all this part of coding, now the very important thing is that you need to create an array, basically an array of strings. Okay, so I'll just create an array of string which will be holding my data that I need to display into my spinner. So for example, I'll just adding one element over here, that is fruits. So fruits, that's it. Now I need to convert this string array into a list object. So here I'll be using an array list. You have studied this all part of things in your core Java sort of thing. Array list is one of the widely used collection class. So let us create an array list. So array list is equal to new array list, and I will be simply adding here a code like arrays dot as list data. That means my data, that the array of that string will be converted into a list object. So this is done. Now the second important thing that I'll be doing is I'll be creating an array adapter which will fill my spinner accordingly. So here is my array adapter. Create an object of array adapter. So array adapter is equal to new array adapter. The first thing is the container, I would say context. Then the second thing will be the layout of your array adapter. So I'll tell r dot layout dot support a simple drop down item for this spinner, and the third thing will be the list of items that you have to display in your spinner. So this is how I have given this. So now the next thing that we have to do is just set the spinner as adapter with that thing. So I have here, okay, my object is sp. So sp dot set adapter with this adapter object. That's it. Once we are done with this, that means I have just done the adapting part of code. Now what I have to do is I need to add and remove the items of this spinner accordingly. When there is a button click and whatever that's happening over there. So let's do the event handling part of code. So v1.set on click listener, new on click listener, and I'll be writing here the code for adding an item to your spinner. So it's very simple. What I'll be doing is I'm simply taking the text which is being entered into my edit text. So s1.get t1.get text to string, and then what I have to do is I'll just add this s, that is whatever the data that is being inserted into the text box, I'll be adding that to my array list. So list dot add this s over it. Done. Once you add the list, once you update the list, now it's time to update your adapter as well, so that your adapter should take the changes which have been done. So here there is one function called as set data set that thing we have to do, that is notify data set change. So I'll just do that thing, notify data set change, because here we have changed the data set for that spinner, right? So for that reason I need to call the adapters function, that is notify data set change, just in order to notify it कि there is a change in its data. So accordingly it should refer to its new updated data set, that is our list. Okay? So once this is done, I'll again add a part of code, that is set adapter. We need to do this again because now there is a change in the adapters data set. So obviously we'll be writing set adapter code again. Once this thing has happened, we'll just display a message over here. So I'll just write here get application context, means I'm displaying a message with the help of toast. So I'll just tell that item inserted in spinner, or you can just simply say item added to spinner, whatever you can do. Now I'll just tell it in that way, added to spinner. The third parameter is nothing but our length of the toast message. So I'll just show length long dot show. That's it. So this is a part of code in order to save your in order to add an item to your spinner. Similarly, I'll be copy pasting this code, and I'll just do the same thing for my this thing also, for removing the item from my spinner. So what I'll just do one thing. Instead of using add, we'll be just using a remove function. So obviously list dot remove as change the data set, so you need to notify it accordingly. Again set the adapter and just I'll change this message key item, just tell removed from spinner. That's it. Save this part of code and we'll simply run this code. So let us see how it works. So run. It's quite easy actually when you deal with or use list into it. So it's very easy for us to do this. Let it run. It is taking some time. Gradle build is going on. So let it take its time and we'll go for it. Actually, it should not take so much of time, but it's okay. Yes, Gradle invocation finished. It's installing my app. It's launching the activity. So here comes my activity. Yes. So add and remove spinner item demo. So I'll just add an item over here. For example, I'll write apple. When I click on add item, so it will display a toast message. Item added to the spinner. We'll just check it whether my apple item is added or not. Yes, it is added. Similarly, suppose if I want to remove this item, I'll click on remove item. So it will remove apple item from my spinner. So as you can see, now there is no apple item over here. So that's all. This is your assignment 4th. Set A, second question. So this is being cleared. Hope all your doubts are clear. If still you have any sort of doubts, you can just come to me and ask regarding that. Thank you.